Hi, this is Lisa with Chalk and Just You and Me with Lisa. I'm here to open our mystery box challenge that our team has put together. My mystery box for the challenge my team has put together. I got my box from Whitney from Girl Friday Crafts. And so I can't wait any longer. I'm just going to open this. I will do my crafting after. I was going to do it all at once, but I decided no, that's too much pressure for my first time with a mystery box. So I'm going to open my mystery box and see what kind of mystery we got. I should have had this cut open, but then I would have opened it. Okay, and there's enough tape. Here we go. Ooh, papers. Plastic bags, hiding the good. Now we don't know what's in this box. If you've never seen a mystery box challenge, it's 5 items, including one challenge item, which is, I'll show you when I get to it, and then 5 items of the person's choice. Can you see this? Let's see. Aim it down. All right, here we go, taking out the bags. Ooh, and we've got. Oh, I'll open my note. I think this is my note. No, here's my note. First I'll open my note. To love what you do and feel that it matters. How could anything be more fun? Oh, thank you. Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the first Meet the Chalkers Mystery Box Challenge. I'm so excited to see what everyone comes up with. I tried not to go too crazy in picking your items, but you'll be the judge of that. Happy crafting, Whitney. Okay, so let's see. We have, a little frame, a little embroidery frame. That's going to be interesting. And some leaves. Great season for leaves. I love leaves. We'll be doing that. Necklace, beaded necklace. And some fabric. Well, good. I was hoping there'd be, okay. Some scrap fabrics to use. And our challenge item that we have to use is a toilet paper roll. I've got an idea for this already now. I see this. So I have the toilet paper roll, the ring, the beaded necklace, some leaves, and the scraps of paper. We also have to, because it's a chalker challenge, use one of these, one of three surface or transfers. I only have the 2, so I'll be using either the cups or the handmade with love. But that's it. Now I'm going to put my thinking cap on and give it a try. See what I can come up with. Okay. Thanks, Whitney. You really made it a challenge. Goodbye. See you soon. Welcome back to the Meet the Chalkers Mystery Box Challenge. I have fabric scraps, a beaded necklace, an embroidery ring, some fabulous fall leaves, and a toilet paper roll, which I've already pre-cut because I had something I was going to do with it, or I had to make sure it was going to work for what I wanted to do with it. Okay, I'm going to start out with the surface or the transfer we're supposed to use. The surface I'm using is one of our chalk sheets from Chalkature. Peel it off the backer if you can. And then you want to fuzz it really good because it's going on the chalk surface, so you want to fuzz it really good so it doesn't stick. And then if you've never seen chalking before, this is kind of the fast way, but I'm using Orion paste. And I did not push the cat off the table. I was trying to stop him and he fell back. So then you peel it back slowly once you've put your paste on there. And look, it turned out. And I'll put that to dry later, or to wash later. I'm going to let that dry. Next I'm going to paint, use the chalk paste to paint the embroidery ring. And it takes a bit to cover it, but and then you have to go and make sure that you dry it so that you can paint the whole thing. So I'm trying to dry it, and I think because it has the glitter in the paste, it takes a little longer to dry. So I was having trouble drying it, so I sped it up, and then I dried it enough to hold it. And I missed a spot. Now I'm going to put that aside to dry, paint the other one. And again, this is a little like watching paint dry, but this is how I did it. And I'm going to put this one aside to let it dry. Do a little... Put that aside to let it dry. Close up my paste. Wash your hands. Always have Clorox wipes to wash your hands. It washes the paste off and it does not hurt your transfer. Okay, now I'm going to cut out my, cut a circle. I traced a circle around from the embroidery ring. I'm going to cut that out and I'm going to paste it, or paint a little paste on it again. And this time I watered down my paste a little bit because it spreads easier, but it's kind of looking a little thin. So I might have to do a second coat. I was debating that right now as I was watching it. And then I'm going to put that aside to dry. And clean my fingers again because I am a messy painter, let me tell you. I'm the messiest. Okay, so I decided to put a second coat on it while it was dry. I decided to step away and let it dry because things weren't drying fast. I decided to put a second coat on it. Now I'm going to use this transfer made with the handmade with love. I'm going to use the little made with love part. So this one, hopefully I'll get the transfer off a little sooner, or a little easier. Open up. Should have taken it out of the bag before. You take it out of the bag, pull it off the backer. And I'm not going to cut, normally you can cut it out, there are little cut lines, but I'm not going to cut because I didn't want to have small pieces of transfer to deal with. So I just, for right now, I'm just going to use the whole transfer and put it over my surface. Just wax it, or not wax it, just fuzz it really good. And I want to make sure I press down really well. And I'm going to use Orion again. And I should have used the detail tool. But I didn't, so it was a little harder to do. And then I did not wax my surface. You should always wax before you paint, before you overpaste, before you paste over your overpaste. But I didn't wax it, so a little bit of my transfer, or my ink pulled, or paste pulled up, but I didn't care that much. And there also was a line through it, so it sort of there was a line through it, so it sort of bled a little bit, but I figured for what I'm going to do with it, it's not probably going to be seen that close, so I just left it the way it was. There's no chalk emergencies. And here I'm gluing it in to the And then I suddenly realized that I put it on backwards. So, again, taking it off, re-gluing it. I'm going to make it into like a saucer, is my purpose. So now I'm gluing it the right way. Then I'm going to run a little extra bead of glue around the inside once I get it to hold. Then I'm going to let that sit and dry a little bit. And now I'm going to add the fabric strips. I did take them and try to coffee color them so they're a little darker than they were, but I didn't quite do it quite right, so they're not as dark as I'd like them to have been. But they're a little dirtied up, so they're not as bright white as they were. I'm going to glue them on the side, and it's going to hopefully have the effect of coffee spilling out of the cups. That's my purpose. And at this point, I was trying to get it to work. I'm still trying to think what's the best way to do this. So I'm gluing and I'm gluing. And I'm burning my fingers because I forgot to use my nifty little finger protectors. But I'm gluing some to the side. Deciding, folding it in half, deciding which one looks best where. Okay, so now the task is trying to get it to stand up. And I forgot. I had my beads that I was going to use. I'm going to line that around the inside of the tray to cover the glue spots. And make it a little bit prettier. Because they're such pretty beads. And believe me, it was really hard to cut those beads because I don't like to ruin necklaces. So it was hard to cut the beads and not just wear them as they were. But I had to use them in the craft, so this is what I came up with. There it is. Now I'll put that aside. And I'll try to get it to stand again. But I'm going to put it, it's supposed to be falling into fall. So the coffee is falling into the tray and the leaves. So I'm going to put some leaves behind it. And I'm just going to arrange them a little bit the way I like them so that I can glue them. Kind of make them into a little base. So that my cups can stand. And of course, still trying to figure out how to make them stand because didn't think that out ahead of time. And my brain doesn't think very fast, so I kept trying. But I figured I'll glue them together and then we'll see if we can get it to work. And yes, I am the world's messiest gluer, so there's strings all over the place. And there were strings all over my fingers and all over my desk and everywhere. And here I'm trying to glue the leaf onto the back to help it stand. Not working, so let's see. Back to the drawing board. A little more glue. Burn my fingers once again. Think I blistered it that time. So now I'm using the tip of my scissors. I'm going to put that aside to dry a little bit and decide where I want my tray on my leaves. And then I'm going to see if I can get it to stand again, holding on to the side of the tray. Because I did cut it at a little bit of an angle so it would sit at an angle, but I think I cut it at too much of an angle, so it's falling. But that's as good as I can get it right now, and I'm frustrated, so we'll see if it stands. Let the glue dry. Get frustrated some more. Try to put something behind it to stand it up, and it keeps falling down more. So I know you're all screaming the solution right now. You're probably watching it thinking, why don't you? Well, you'll see. There is a happy ending. Once again, it's not working. That's as good as I can get it, so ta-da! There it is. Maybe. We'll try. Okay. Will it stand? I don't know. Will the glue dry? I don't know. So, well, I guess. Goodbye. Here we go. Now, brilliant me finally came up with the solution to make it stand. A Jenga block, of course. So I was frustrated with it, so I phoned a friend, Monique. Thank you, Monique. She suggested cutting the cups apart and cutting the strips a little thinner, and this is what I came up with.